So Web3 is a space brimming with energy and opportunities, but it also presents unique challenges for different projects. At times, we might feel isolated, believing we may be the only ones facing specific difficulties. However, you may be surprised to find that others encounter similar challenges all the time. So we can all learn from each other and avoid the sleepless night of worries. Next up, it's my pleasure to invite Troy from Revolt, Temujin from Wenchain, Avidan from DOP, and Paul from XPLA to share with us their experience on Web3 challenges and opportunities. So first, can you guys please introduce a little bit on yourself as well as the project that you're working on?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Paul Kim. I'm the CEO for XPLA or XPLA. We are a layer one that is focused on building a gaming and entertainment focused ecosystem. We are backed by one of the largest gaming companies from Korea called Come To Us. Just for quick background, Come To Us is a gaming studio that's 25 years old. It's focused on building mobile Web2 games. Now, as a master content provider for XPLA, Come To Us has billions of dollars worth of gaming IPs, but also entertainment IPs in Korea. So Korean dramas, music, and K-pop, and etc. So we're trying to create a vibrant gaming and entertainment ecosystem that is driven by the content and IP that people want to consume. So we're leveraging what we have to create a gaming and entertainment ecosystem.
Thank you very much. I'm Avidan Abitbol. I'm the project director of DOP. We are focusing on data ownership, about data on chain. We give the ability to end users to choose what to expose from data on chain they have. We are using a feature that calls selective transparency, where you can choose an address wallet to share with him the data on chain you have and you want to, by choosing the assets you want to share and transaction. We are also using two compliance layer, one off-chain and one on-chain, with Chainalysis and Exagate to make sure every user that interact with the protocol is a game player we want to work with, and to build an environment that decentralized and also compliance regulated, with a lot of features that can be used by the end users and will help him to control his data on chain.
Hi, everyone. My name is Temujin. I'm CEO of Wenchain. For those of you who don't know, Wenchain is the longest running interoperability protocol. We launched officially back in 2017, the roots a little bit earlier than that. These days, we're taking kind of an R&D shift, so we focus a lot on trying to develop interoperability standards. We work very closely not only with partners like XLayer, but also with kind of industry think tanks like the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, and most recently, we announced alongside the Linux Foundation the establishment of the Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust, which is replacing Hyperledger. So we're working very hard with all of our industry partners and collaborators to try to make blockchain interoperability a reality.
Hi, everyone. I'm Troy, and I'm from the Reworks. And the Reworks is building a AI network and with Web3 technology. Yeah, we think the AI can do many things to help the mass adoption of the Web3. And now we have several DApps, and in the worldwide, we have more than 20 million users. And you can't find any other AI DApps have larger user numbers than us. So yeah. So please search on the Twitter, the Reworks, and we have launched a new product, and you will see some amazing things here. Thank you.
Yes, I really enjoy working in Web3 because every single day when I wake up to new things. And there's never been a boring day for me in Web3. So I'd like to invite Avidan and Paul to share your thoughts on how advancements in Web3 infrastructure, technology, and developer tools have accelerated blockchain integration? Specifically, how has your project benefited from these new tools?
Okay. Thank you. So about tools for developers, we aim to bring SDKs to every developers to interact and integrate the protocol in every Web3 tools. It will benefit also with developers, also for the end users. So basically, every Web3 application will integrate very easily and smoothly with DOP. We think, and our vision is that the user experience is something that need to be focused on in the center of the table. And this is why we're building the SDK. We also using some of the best technology that Web3 have to provide, like ZK proofs, to enhance also the security, but also the fastest transaction in the protocol. It came along and aside the user experience, since we want everything to be fast and to be right now and here, and of course avoid any problems. So basically those two tools and technology will enhance the user experience and also the protocol advancement in the technology.
There are two areas of which that I can talk about, which is the first is we've used AI to, not AI, sorry. We've used other tools to make the user experience on the blockchain more easier, more simplified. And the other is the interoperability aspect. So firstly, the user experience bit. So we've used tools like abstract account abstraction by Third Web. And what this does is that it simplifies the complex blockchain mechanics and makes it easier for users to interact with, whatever project that they're interacting with. And for us within gaming, it makes it easier. It lowers the entry barrier for users to interact with Web3 games. And on the interoperability side, we use existing bridges like Layer 0, Wormhole, and XLR to make the cross-chain transfers of digital assets more easier. And that way we can focus on the scalability of our ecosystem, making us more accessible to a broader range of users in the Web3 community.
Thank you. Yeah, I truly believe that the technological advancements this couple of years have definitely helped projects to launch in a much faster pace and as well as grow at a much faster pace as well. So while blockchain fosters transparency, it can sometimes be overly transparent. So if you're a whale or a fund, you certainly don't want to be lost. So with that in mind, let us shift our focus to another critical aspect of our digital landscape. So how can we take ownership of our own blockchain data and ensure data privacy in this evolving ecosystem? I guess this question is more geared towards
Thank you. So you said it correctly. We have over transparency on-chain data. Every end users that doing a transaction on the blockchain can be visible to anyone. And we don't want it to be like that in the traditional finance economy. When I'm doing a transaction with my bank, not everyone is exposed to my data, my tokens, my amount, my visibility of doing transaction every day. And in the other side, we don't want to create a shady world because everyone here around are aiming to bring the real world in the Web3, using digital assets as a currency, etc. So at DOP, we aim to give the ownership of the data, so the end user will control the data and decide how you want to use it. So if I want to expose my data to a regulatory company to pay tax, or to show my friend that I have a Bitcoin, I can do it. And in the same time, to hide from all the other users on the blockchains from the data I have. So we aim to be in the middle of those two, from over transparency and, let's say, call it privacy, to really give the end user the ability to control his on-chain data with a regulatory and compliance layer to make it easier and also seamless to every person that want to use it.
Thank you. Yeah, so I think like other than protecting your own data on chain, another growing issue is definitely fragmented liquidity on chain. So I would like to ask Temujin, what are some current challenges on Web3 adoption and ecosystem growth, and how can OneChain help address?
Yeah, I think as an industry, we're on the precipice. We've been for a few years of mainstream quote unquote adoption, but a lot of that is just code for enterprise, government, and kind of traditional industries taking notice and finding a way to, bring that purchasing power and bring these industries on chain. But something that you just mentioned about compliance, this is something that's a non-negotiable for this side of the world, the real world, quote unquote. Yeah. So until, this can really get solved, it's really going to be difficult to kind of reach this type of mainstream adoption. And kind of compounding this is that, none of these, let's say, drivers of mainstream adoption are willing to take more risk than they absolutely have to. And part of that is manifested in the fact that right now, kind of Web3 is still a little bit of a mess to use. The interoperability protocols like OneChain, like Layer 0, Axelar, Wormhole, all of them, they themselves are not interoperable with one another. So whilst we're all setting out to kind of solve interoperability, connect chains, we really just end up gerrymandering the ecosystems based on what kind of market, we can capture for ourselves. And long term, the solution to that is definitely going to be these types of industry-wide standards. There's a lot of progress happening on this front, and it is something that, a lot of people, ourselves included, are working on. But by its very nature, it's not something that a single project is going to solve on its own. It's never going to be, here's OneChain has decided, or here's Layer 0 has decided, and everyone's going to do it. The only entity that can really do that is probably like the US military or the US government. If they say this is what everyone's using, then everyone will just start using, similar to how the internet itself happened. But, this is something that we're making a lot of progress on, and it will eventually solve the liquidity fragmentation issue.
Cool. Yeah, I think fragmented blockchain liquidity not only makes it more complicated for Web2 users to understand the scene, it also hinders the growth on innovative ideas. So with more and more LLM and AI tools coming to the rise, and one of the hottest topics being AI agents, I want to invite Troy and Temujin to share your insights on how AI agents contribute to enhancing blockchain interoperability.
Yeah, I think right now AI can help the webs to do many things. The interoperability is not truly implemented in the Web3. We have many, for example, we have many DeFi protocols, but every project needs to have its UCHR, and they need to have its website. They need to have their DFs, and the users need to visit their website and call their protocol. But actually, I think only less than 10% people can know the details of the contracts, and maybe less than 1% people can call the contracts themselves. So yeah, I think AI can help a lot about this. You can imagine the AI can help people to find some high earning DeFi protocols, and the AI can help users to combine them. And there are many users tell me that they want to earn money from the blockchain, from the Web3, but they only know to save their money to the Binance or OKX and earn from the simple earn. Yeah, but we have many other DeFi choices. So I think AI can help this. Let's imagine that people may text to a chatbot, say, yeah, I have some Solana tokens, and please help me to find some high profit DeFi protocols. Yeah, of course, AI can do this in the future. So yeah, I think in this way, AI will help us to grow. Yeah, that's all.
And I'll just take a little bit of a different approach or from a different angle and focus more so on AML compliance again. This is a major concern or should be a major concern for interoperability protocols, cross-chain bridges especially. We've all seen the bridge hacks and we've seen how often that it's North Korean actors or different sanctioned entities. And, right now there are certain solutions to trace the origin of funds, but they're all centralized in nature, which, poses a real big issue for something like a cross-chain bridge that is meant to be maximally decentralized. So whilst I'm not an AI expert, maybe this is somewhere where AI will be able to assist, because I think there'll be a larger appetite for users to allow another system to help scan, for example, transactions that are passing through a bridge, rather than giving backdoor access to some sort of traditional centralized entity. So perhaps something like that could happen with AI.
Cool. Yeah, I think AI can solve a lot of things. Not only does it solve like blockchain fragmented liquidity, the rise of AI also significantly impacts the gaming industry. So I want to invite Paul and Troy to share how the convergence of AI and blockchain is advancing the gaming industry and eventually onboarding more Web3 users.
Yeah, I think I noticed some interesting things. In the traditional game industry, they are adopting the AI technology very much. You can see some cases, the game developer is use AI to help users to create their own content, like the equipment in the game. Yeah, you can imagine the users use the equipment and designed by AI's help. That's the first thing. And another thing that the AI is helping the users to create their avatar, and AI is helping users to play the game. You can create your avatar, and your avatar is playing the game in advance of you. Yeah, maybe the avatar is earning many experience and earn many coins in the game first. Yeah, so the traditional game industry is changing, but I think it will bring some new issues, like the problem of the users of the ownership of the users creating and the users data. Yeah, that's how Web3 can help the AI game industry. Yeah, I think Web3 will give a better solution to help users to monetize their creating and their data. So that's my opinion.
When it comes to gaming or Web3 gaming, I think AI can enable more of a personalized and dynamic gaming experience along with content creation. And what blockchain can provide is the ability to prove the full ownership of gaming assets, that in-game assets that players will be able to learn. One of the things that we're launching is called Batching AI. This is an in-house game that we're launching, and through Batching AI, what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to create AI-generated art based on the NFTs that you own, which will be soon be able to be used in the trading card game that we'll be launching. So it just creates more of a dynamic and personalized experience that not two gamers will experience the same thing. It's like it's very your own experience within the game, and I think that is going to be something that's attractive to a lot of Web2 users. And through AI, I think we can lower the entry barrier and simplify the process of onboarding into a Web3 game and make Web3 games more accessible to a broader range of gamers out there.
Great. Yeah, excited to see all the gamings that are gonna be launched by Xpla. And thank you so much for all your insights. And he's going to be my last question of the night. Is so since I don't have a crystal ball, and I'm gonna rely on all the big brains sitting here. What's your projections for 2025 in terms of Web3? Start from Paul again.
I think one of the key words in this industry now, and it will be for some time, is Web 2 to Web 3 transition. Unless that happens, the crypto industry is basically reliant on money flowing from one area of the crypto space to the other. So we need more Web 2 users and I guess money outside of crypto to come into the space for us to progress into the next stage. So I think from my perspective, the lowering the entry barrier, I mean, I'm saying that quite a lot tonight, but I think that's just such an important thing that the industry needs to work on. I think that was mentioned earlier where it's not one project or one protocol that's going to be able to enable this mass migration of Web 2 to Web 3 users. So hopefully, I'm hopeful that we'll be able to create something maybe based off of AI technology to really trigger a mass migration over to Web 3, not just by way of lowering the entry barrier, but also by providing the right value propositions to the current Web 2 users to make that migration over.
Yeah. So I'll continue your talk, and what is aiming to 2025 is the mass adoption. Everyone talked about it. If it's in the AI gaming, and one of the terms to do it is like compliance and AML. That everyone in Web3 understood that if we want to go from Web 2 to Web 3, we need to design products that are very similar to the traditional financial economy and to Web 2. So everyone is now talking about compliance. A few years ago, no one knew what is compliance. And at DOP, we also started with just an off-chain data monitoring, and then I talked with few cybersecurity and compliance company, and they teach me how AI models can help you detect and monitor transaction before there are validators in the blocks. So it helps us to get mass adoption with the compliance tools. And I want to say also one of the things that we are focusing, I saw it in the conference, I heard that now, is the user experience. We really want people to feel like it's still Web 2, but in decentralized way. So we are in Web 3, but using tools like in Web 2, application, DApps, and everything that we can do in few clicks and control everything we want. And this is what will bring us to them. And I can see it in the conference. We can see a credit card and a lot of DApps and protocol that help you to control your assets and live with it in the real world.
Yeah, and I guess for me, I envision in 2025 the US continuing to lag behind. Either way, whichever way it goes, continuing to lag behind. I think we'll see Asia, particularly Singapore, as well as the EU, continue to try to lead the charge. And not a lot is going to get settled in 2025. We'll get a lot more white papers. I think the MAS in Singapore just released a white paper about some sort of global ledger that they want to run all the enterprises on. We'll probably have a similar reaction to that from the EU. And probably not much will change by the end of 2025.
Yeah, from my side, yeah, I think our industry is on the stage that need some transformation. Yeah, in this cycle, we often say we lack the innovation, but we needed some innovation for the newcomers. Yeah, that's the problem for the whole industry and for the project teams. So maybe AI is one of the solution. because we often see the blockchain technology is helping to address some problems of the relationship of the production. And now we can see the AI is developing fast, and maybe it can help us to move on.
Thanks for all the alpha and the very interesting insights. So this concludes our panel 2 discussion, and hope each and every one of you here learned a lot from our panel. And yeah, thanks, the panelists.